For the first time ever, I've lost an episode. There was some issues. The processing on YouTube wouldn't go through, and so yeah, it's a shame because I really liked to literally gameplay wise pick up from where I left off the previous day. Unfortunately, now we're a whole day behind. And it was like a 30-minute video, and a lot of weird shit happened. So to be honest, I'm happy that I just said it, got it off my chest, and now that isn't in public, I'm kind of relieved, and I'm not gonna re-say it. It wasn't overly important. It was just very strange. And that's all I'll say on it. So yeah, that would have been Monday. That's unfortunately been lost. Is it worth doing this? Yeah, fuck, I'm gonna do it now. That would have been Monday that's been lost, but that's no problem. I think, as I would have mentioned at the end of Monday's episode, Tuesday I didn't do a video in time. Not that anyone's waiting for these, but I I left the house yesterday and drove all the way to the Midlands in England to see my grandmother. I wanted to surprise her, and I was planning on doing it this week anyway, but I found out that my sister was actually going to see her too on the Tuesday, which is super fucking weird because she doesn't do that often. So I was like, oh great, I'll go there and she can see us together. That'll be wonderful. And it was. So I'll be talking about Tuesday, which was the 16th of January 2024. That's right, the 16th. And I woke up quite late, to be honest. Um, some of you, I mean, for myself, just so you remember, I invented the bitch fee, which was designed to make me worry and wake up earlier. I paid it a few times. It didn't really help because I was still oversleeping and just losing loads of money. I was thinking of disbanding the rule, but my dad just refunded me all the money anyway and just said, just get up. I was like, mate, it's not... I said, I just went, you know what, fine. Thanks for giving me the money back. I'll just try to wake up. Okay. And that's another thing that's such... Hey, it's definitely a first world problem, but he pays the bills and everything. I've offered more times than I have fingers to pay the bills, and I give him money without him asking. But he still pulls the "I pay the bills" card, and it really fucking. I mean, it makes me feel like a fucking child. I hate it. I would rather pay, to be honest. I'd rather pay. And I have sent him money without asking. He just sends it back. And I'm considering, like, whenever he sends money back, send it back times 2. But I don't actually want to bankrupt myself. But, oh man. Anyway, see, I woke up a little bit late, had some food, and knew that I was going to go to my gran's today, so I just wanted to do some trades before I left. Both of those, because I only did the 2 because I just wanted to leave, and both of those trades did terribly. Hit their stop loss. I think it was a bad day for crypto yesterday and today because a lot of my other holdings have gone down, things that I've been holding for a while. So yeah, it was a really shit day yesterday for crypto. Um, I suppose I mean, I was bound to. This has definitely been the worst day for crypto I've ever had in my whole challenge. Um, I haven't picked any cryptos today. I'll regroup and think about it again. Maybe just go back to practicing without putting money down. Um, but yeah, a little bit of a stinger, but that's fine. So yeah, after that, got in the car and drove along. As I was driving, I was noticing that my app. Oh, obviously first I filled up the tyres because my tyres were really bad. Filled up the tyres, got along on my way, and I was noticing that my app was being terrible. It was giving me the time I could expect to arrive at the destination, and it was giving me the time left in the drive. And the time left in the drive was going down 1 minute every 5 real minutes, and it just had, especially when the journey said 3 hours, I was feeling hopeless, but the time was barely going down. Traffic wasn't too bad until I got to the motorway, then it was quite dreadful. The motorway, sorry, it's into the town, then it was quite dreadful. I ended up actually stopping off at a service station halfway because I needed to go to the toilet. I was a little bit hungry and I also needed to charge my phone. my phone's very old, so the battery life is about fucking 3 hours, literally 3 hours. Yeah, service stations are super depressing, I feel. They're like, I don't know, they're just really fucking weird to me. It's been a long time since I've been in a service station. So it was interesting to be at one on my own. I've never been at one on my own before. It's always like with my family on a long drive, which hasn't happened in a long time. Because I usually just stay at home now. When it comes to the holidays, I just stay at home and look after the dogs quite happily. But yeah, it's yeah. So I was in there, had a McDonald's. I hate McDonald's so much. I don't get the hype about McDonald's, guys. Every time I have it, I feel shit. My stomach actually, my body, I can feel my body rejecting it. It doesn't even taste that good. Everyone loves it, and I feel crap afterwards. There's not a single positive I can list about it, except from maybe the price. That's kind of the whole design model. Oh, it's shit, so it's alright though, because it's cheap. That's the whole thing, eh? But yeah. What was I getting this cobble for? Oh yeah, that's right. I was cooking it to stone, and I also wanted. Oh yeah, so last episode I decided that I want a stone flat roof. Should mention that. Because I've had some episodes lost, unfortunately. Or one episode lost. And yeah, so whilst on the motorway, uh, I mean, when I first bought my car, I had to drive on a motorway for the first time, literally after just getting driving on my own. And that was quite scary, but this was a very long journey, so I became more comfortable with the motorway. I sort of understood the motorway etiquette, especially on the way home, which I'll talk about in the next episode. Um, and yeah, it was kind of just interesting to see, because I remember feeling really out of place on the motorway, like I was the new kid on the block when I first started driving. But yeah, I was starting to get a little bit used to it. I ended up arriving quite late, to be honest. I was driving around. I'll say that the name of the town is Wolverhampton. It's not a town, it's a city. Wolverhampton. I was driving around at night. Yeah, I've done quite a bit. So did a little bit of building last episode. Decided I want this bit to have a flat stone roof, maybe a garden on top of that. Um, yeah. So came out. Yeah. So Wolverhampton was quite busy. Um, drove around in there. Finally got to my grand's house. It felt so good to pull up when I'm sitting down for all that time. You know, it feels really good to finally pull up to a familiar place and open the door and see my gran, who wasn't expecting me. And I live 3 hours away. She's sitting down watching TV. The last thing she expects is her grandson, who lives 3 hours away, to walk through the door. And it was all worth it as soon as I saw her reaction. It was just so amazing. Um, then I enjoyed the evening with them. Ended up having, what did I have, lasagna. I mean, here's the thing. I love my gran to death. I love seeing her. But the reason why I didn't stay longer is just that the whole like fucking, I hate to say vibe, but the whole vibe of the area, you like go into a cloud of like, I'll describe it as just that, just a cloud. You enter this cloud and it's like, I just feel a bit sick, you know. I don't get it. It sounds really bad what I'm saying, but you know, their food is just crap. Not my grand's cooking. She didn't cook for me. I just turned up on a surprise, so she didn't have time to cook anything. But when we went out to like pubs and stuff, and like their microwave meals just awful, and their tap water as well. It's not her fault, but the tap water is just really strange too. You feel like you're gonna die drinking it. Um, yeah, that's why I couldn't stay there for that long. I loved seeing my gran. I wanted to make the most out of the long journey, but I just couldn't. I couldn't bring myself to stay much longer. Um, it's really hard to describe, but if you guys were there, you might understand. I'm literally looking at people around me like, how do you live here? I don't get it. I probably would fucking shoot myself. That sounds dreadful, but guys, if anybody's from England, you've passed through Wolverhampton, you might know what I mean. It's not even like an ugly. It's not the most aesthetically pleasing place, but I don't know how to say it. The people are lovely, so it's not the people. I just don't know. I don't know. I actually, well, I'll talk about that tomorrow because that happened on a different day. But yeah, I mean, sorry for hating on Wolverhampton, guys, but it really is like a strange place for me. I don't know. Maybe it's because going there as a kid and like weird nostalgia feelings or something's fucking with me, or maybe I was just car sick. I don't know. I will say this though. My gran, obviously she's elderly, she's retired. She lives, she sits in her living room all day, and her couch, I found it to be so uncomfortable. My back was killing me. I had to constantly move about and click my back. It was fucking. And then all the chairs over there, even in restaurants, were just so uncomfortable. I was like, what the hell's wrong with me? Um, yeah, it's really weird. It feels like I'm gonna wake up any moment now and be in my home, in my bed at home. This place is not real. But yeah, I can't really describe it in words, so I'll stop trying. But yeah, I love my gran, and I don't necessarily hate the place, but I just don't like it that much. Um, People are lovely though. Actually, probably nicer than here. Um, so yeah, had some lasagna and some water and cup of tea, and then drove along to because I have my car now. I've never driven my gran around before, so it was interesting driving my gran around. It's very different, and I have so basically it's quite strange. My gran, who obviously had my mum with my granddad, obviously. My gran split from my granddad when they were very young, and remarried to somebody I call my uncle, but obviously that's not really my uncle, and that's who was there, still living with my gran. And my granddad died in 2012. My granddad on that side died in 2012, and he remarried also to a lady I call my auntie. I know that doesn't really make sense, but which is just how we do it. I've always been told. And so I went round because I'm quite close with the auntie that I call quote unquote the lady that married my granddad. Um, and we spent lots of time in his house. And I haven't been in that house since maybe I think we revisited it in 2014, 2 years after his death. So it's literally been probably just shy of 10 years since I've been in that house. So when we drove over there, it was so surreal going in there again because hardly anything had changed. It was almost identical, and it was very bizarre going in there again as a completely different person. Like I was stepping on the same steps that I stepped in when I was literally 11, 12, and yeah, it was fucking nuts to know that I was having like the golden era of Minecraft whilst here. I mean, for those of you like 2012, 2011, 2013 was just the best time for Minecraft ever. Obviously, it's not even a debate, but I spent some of it there. I always used to bring my laptop when we went to visit there. And yeah, just going back there again was fucking crazy. Yeah, and also I played loads of Roblox there too. Before I even had Minecraft, I played Roblox. Played so much Roblox there, and yeah, it was just so trippy to go back. So I'm sure some of you have similar stories that you can relate about that shit like that. Going back to places of you haven't been to since you were a kid. Um, but yeah, it was quite nice because it was like, wow, this is like a. It felt like opening. It felt like opening a Minecraft world that hasn't been opened for 10 years, and now you're back there and you're reliving it all. If any, by the way, friendly reminder, if any of you guys used to play Minecraft Pocket Edition and you've got like an iPod or an iPad under your bed collecting dust, open it up. Your Pocket Edition worlds might still be on there. The amount of Pocket Edition worlds I have on holiday with my lovely late friend, and I love to look at sometimes. It's just, yeah, I'm so happy they're still there. Because my first few worlds are probably lost on my old laptops that will factory reset, but yeah. By the way, if you're also just starting Minecraft, never delete your first world. Make sure you save it. Sure, thank me later. Um, what do I want here? I'm gonna have some sort of interesting ceiling. Might make like a mosaic, maybe a glass ceiling. But yeah, so yeah, going back there was very interesting. We drove back after that. It was quite late at this point. We just had a little chat round the in the living room. the two of them, my gran and her husband, really love to watch. Like they just watch TV all day basically, and it is quite boring. The TV shows they watch are so bloody dull. They're so dull, the TV shows. But I'm happy to be there with my gran and I'm just grateful for any time that I get really. I think she's almost 81, and yeah, my sister was also there for that first day, and it was interesting. I spoke to my sister a little bit about this girl at the restaurant that I've absolutely fallen in love with, for some advice. She can't really give that good advice though. She's kind of a geek. She doesn't really talk to boys that much. But I just wanted the girl's perspective. But yeah, not really a productive talk, but I just like talking about her, to be honest. But I loved it when my gran asked me about her, because she's my favourite like thing to talk about. I don't know why. So it's such a bittersweet feeling though. But yeah, whatever. So that kind of summarises the day. Afterwards, they got some blow-up bed and duvets, and I slept in the living room on the floor. It's actually really cosy. They have this like fake fireplace that actually feels really real, and yeah, it's great. Slept there whilst falling asleep, scrolling on Reddit. I'm not usually a Reddit scroller, but I'm getting into it now, and I feel like it might be more productive than Instagram, or maybe I'm wrong, but it feels that way. Something struck me as well. I think I saw a Minecraft video, and I regret now starting this world. I wish I started like a fucking beta or alpha world whilst talking about my day. That probably would have been so much more suitable. But it's too late now. I don't know. I don't really want to restart this world now. I'm too into it. But if it was Christmas Day again, when I started this, or Christmas Boxing Day, whatever, I would have started on a beta world. That would have been, because I've never really done a beta world playthrough. I got this game just after beta. But whatever, we'll continue this now. Maybe in years' time, if I've done everything, I'll finish this world and go back to beta. Yeah. Oh, that looks a bit weird, actually. I'm just gonna keep it for now. Yeah, that summarises the day, and I'll move on to the next.